Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Of course, let's make it a great week out here, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Transform your life. When you refuse to take things personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your feelings of anger, jealousy, and even sadness will simply disappear if you don't take them personally. It's tough not to take them personally, folks, but that's a great card. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 49, NASDAQ off 11, S&P's off 3, gold contract off 350 at 1,588. Silver down 9 pennies at $27.27 a ounce. Platinum down 11 bucks at $1,418 an ounce. Copper off a penny and a half at $3.48 a pound. The light sweet crude up $1 at $88.20 a barrel. Bonds, they refuse to back off, folks. Up 19 ticks at a closing high of 151.25. King dollar down 25 ticks at 83.21. The euro at 122.73. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. I know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, first off, we've been in consolidation, folks, since the market went south. Well, first off, okay, so let's go. We'll do the whole ball of wax here. April hit the highs, right? 1422 S&P. We go from 1422 down to 1266. We get down to the 1266, goes into a swing point, volume dies on the vine. From that point on, we've gapped up 3 times, have gapped down twice. That's the consolidation that's in place. Now, Friday, wide price spread, no volume. What ends up happening today? You come back into that price spread from Friday with even lighter volume. What does that set up? Okay, so what we did is this. We come back into 1348. We did 600 million versus 763 on the way up. So, setup is, you know what? The highs of the 3rd and 5th of July want to get tested. That's the way that's set up right now. And, they certainly can go into the lows or the highs. So that you get the range there of 1363 to 1373. Dow Industrials, set up the exact same way. What you have with the Dow. Dow today had a price spread, went down to 690, closed out at 727. Well, bottom line is that this 852 to 961 wanted to get tested. 12,852 to 12,951 wants to get tested. The NASDAQ Composite, same setup in the Composite. We have with the Composite, she did 1.4 billion today versus 1.7. That's saying the Composite also wants to get into 2958. That keeps the consolidation also in place, folks. Now, as it comes into that level, it's going to have to do dramatically higher volume. The reason being is that all those indices, folks, are coming into the supply line that was left over from March until May of this year. That's the first part. Now watch the second part. The second part gets a little bit heavier, and this is what it is. What it's also doing, if we bring this back, keep it on a weekly so you can get it back. Put it on a monthly so I can get it back 5 years. That's what I have to do. Because what we're also doing is that we're coming into a larger supply line, and that's what basically has stopped it in its tracks. And the supply line there is that whole 2006, 2007 high. See, what we had is that when we start in November of 2006, we were at 1327. That was October, actually. By the end of, so you have October of 06 going all the way over to June of 08. That's the supply line, and that's where everyone's caught at those highs. That's the first one. The second one, of course, was the one from last year. And in both instances, what you have after that is that we have monster downdrafts with huge amounts of volume. The NASDAQ Composite, same setup. They're all set up the same way. If we do go over and we take a look at the the markets overseas. What you do have overseas is that the FTSE is set up the same way right now. The FTSE and the DAX, folks, I suspect tomorrow morning you're going to see them run up into those highs. We'll see whether it can make it. The market in China is toast. I mean, toast extraordinaire, too. That little baby is going into its 2008 lows. Okay, so now it's doing it with light of oil, but the bottom line, it wants to go test those lows up. Our own bond market, we had a closing high out here in the bond market today. This bond market's going to, basically build some more strength. It wants to go test number one, the 152.19, and I expect what you're going to see is that 160 is game. The amazing part about the bond market in particular too is this, and this is where, if you remember, whether it's S&P or Moody's, I'm talking about the rating agencies. You know a couple different things. Number one, they never caught the housing market. They claimed that when the housing market was going gangbusters in 2005, 6, 7, they were rating all these mortgages, AAA and all that, and there was no way, right? Got that all wrong. Got away with murder. Bottom line, of course, all those debt securities went bust. Well, if you remember, it's just, I believe today's the anniversary that when they downgraded the United States credit. Well, bottom line, when they downgraded the credit, folks, the bonds have never been so strong. First, a year later. Second, which is more important, though, is this. Is that, and you continue to hear this, you continue to hear that, okay, that what if the folks that are buying bonds now wouldn't buy bonds and finance the debt in the future? A legitimate question, right? The difference that, well, the equation in there, however, is that when that question always comes out, it comes out with the aspect like, those folks have lost money. The bond market, folks, has been the largest bull market that I've ever known of. If there's a larger one, someone call and tell me. Because the bull and bond market has been basically going on since 1980. That's the first part. The second part gets even better, and this is what it is. Where else in the world right now are they actually going to put their money? You want to go give it to South America? I don't think so. You're going to go give it to Europe? I don't think so. So the aspect that, and you got to remember something, all is investing is you're taking some vehicle, something, and you're saying, I want something more back that is more valuable over time. These bonds have done it for everyone, Now, watch the kicker, and this is the kicker. Whether it's a sovereign nation, whether it's an individual, but an individual outside the United States that is financing and buying bonds, now what they've done, folks, is that they're making money two different ways. They're making money, number one, because the rates have gone down, meaning their principal has gone up. And what else? Well, you know what, folks? The U.S. dollar has gone up. So what ends up happening when they're selling the bonds? When they're selling the bonds, they're getting their principal back, they're getting their interest back, and then they're getting U.S. dollar back that was stronger than their own currencies. It's all out there. It's out there. It's pretty. It is amazing. There's no two ways about it. It's absolutely amazing. But it's out there, and it's out there in spades. Some of the high volume stocks we had out here today in a low volume market. Citigroup came out with numbers. Was up 16 cents. Citigroup is dead meat, though. J.P. Morgan Chase was down 98 cents. He had Wells Fargo up 11. We had Micron Technology down 13. Facebook got smacked around. That was down 248. That wants to go revisit lower price. We're at 28.24. That came out of nowhere, actually. Arch Coal was down 24 cents. You had Merck off 12. The Hewlett Packard. Let's go take a look at Hewlett Packard, HPQ. This is having some heavy, heavy problems, folks. Hewlett Packard has been straight down since 30 bucks. We're at 18.81 right now. And you talk about a company that is Hewlett Packard is under its 2009 levels, And, you know, it looks to me at this particular point that what is game here is 2002 levels, which is just amazing. So you're talking $16 next stop. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.